The NBA finals are going on right now. There's brand new Star Wars, and what a week in wrestling. There's romance on AEW. There's romance on WWE Raw. And Noc, I forgot the last thing we'll talk about. So let's start the show. Everyone, get your comments in. We'll hear from you. NBA finals happening right now. Get your comments in.
I think the last one you were looking for, Zach, for the romance is between NXT and TNA, man, and the views are viewing. Loving to see it. Love to see it. We're gonna get into that for sure, man.
Yeah, a lot to cover. So let us know. Decent week in wrestling. Even watch some MLW, and we'll find out who killed WCW. Yeah, kind of, maybe. Okay, we'll talk about it though. And if you are a fan of the NBA, like Noc over here, it is halftime in Game 1 of the finals. Dallas 42, Boston 63. What's going on, Noc?
It's brutal right now. Boston's home. Boston is like, if you want to watch Space Jam, if anybody's ever seen that, this is the team that is loaded up, all the players. It's going to be an uphill battle for Dallas to win. I hope they win. As a Lakers fan, everyone on the West Coast, we can't have Boston win, because if Boston wins this championship, they'll break the tie that the Lakers have right now. It's Lakers and Celtics for most championships in NBA history ever. We're tied right now. If Boston wins, they pass us again, and I don't want to hear none of those people talking.
All right. Let us know who you're going for if you're watching the finals. It's pretty intriguing. I've heard people say these are the two best teams in a few years. Is that just gibberish from Boston and Dallas fans?
Probably, because there's a lot of other teams out there. Like, it's a tough road. Also, look at this. The Celtics road to the finals, sunshine and daisies. All the top players in the East were injured. They were out of commission. They just walked, little cakewalk to the finals. The Mavericks, on the other hand, they went through, the Rogues Gallery, Gotham City, to get to the top. So one team's a little battered up. One team's, fresh. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. They went through the long Halloween, which, by the way, is getting a sequel. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. All right. Let's get into this. We'll keep you posted on the score and let us know your team. Let us know what's going on with you. Noc, the Forbidden Door. It's ladies' night.
It's ladies' night. And like Tony Storm said, the Forbidden Door is wide open. This is going to be very exciting because I'm hoping they give the women time. I think on the last two Forbidden Doors, it's only been Tony Storm. I think she's been the only women's wrestler for AEW on the last two Forbidden Doors. At least on the main card. And now we're going to get two matches here. This is a big step. We're getting Stardom involved. Stephanie Baker from CMLL, New Japan Strong Champion. These are going to be some really good matches. Me and Eric saw Mercedes and Stephanie last year. First time they ever met, first time they ever touched in the ring, and they killed it. So this match, part 2, is going to be insane.
I'm looking forward to it. And I like the package that they did on Dynamite with Mercedes too, because it shows the love of what she had for New Japan and everything. So that's great.
Exactly, man. Mercedes about to be a dual champ.
Yeah, so there was some stuff about that, and certain matches were postponed, so this match could happen with the title. Yeah. So I think we know the outcome, but that's fine. I just want a good match at the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And there's an updated graphic too that has Mariah May on
both
side too.
She requested that. She requested that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right. I'm looking forward. Forbidden Door is always a great pay-per-view.
It is, man. I think we might be building towards Mariah versus Tony.
I think so. Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah.
If you want to take control of these, if they're in a certain order.
No, it's all good. We're rocking and rolling here. Pop culture stuff here. Anybody who's been a fan of Tomb Raider, whether the original series, whether the remake series, which is one of my favorites besides the last one. Yeah. They had a movie come out with Alicia Vikander. A lot of good stuff. Now Tomb Raider's getting an anime on Netflix. I love the cast here. Obviously, Haley Atwell's been killing it. Captain Britain. She's been in a few other things as well. Mission Impossible. I think it's gonna be really good because I've been talking about this. Me and my girlfriend watched this on Netflix. Put out Blue Eye Samurai. Great stuff, and I think I can trust them now with anime. So this will be really cool to see.
I can tell they love it, especially with the live action series that they put a bunch of money into. So
Yeah, so I don't know exactly when this is coming out, but I'm very excited to see this. They put out the first trailer, very good stuff there. That guy in the top right corner that's in the left,
Hmm.
um, do you know who he is?
No, it looks familiar though.
So this guy he popped up like recently for me. I didn't see him like besides the past few years. He at the same time he was on a show called it was a remake of an older show. I'm blanking out on the name. Um, I'll think of a name early, but he was on a show that came out prime time, really good stuff, and he was also on Heels. So he was killing it.
Ah,
He was really good in both two different characters, killed it in both roles. Both shows literally just ended last year, sadly.
huh.
So he was on fire. Two shows back to back. Now I'm glad he at least gets this going. So he's a good. I'll tell you what the show before we end here. But
Okay.
he's a good
Mira agrees with you. Love Lloyd Samurai.
solid stuff, man. I highly recommend.
Must watch. Shit, man. If for some reason I get Netflix for some weird reason, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Okay.
Good story.
All right. This is a shot you took. This is.
That's my picture right there. That's my picture. Dynamite
I
last
like
week in
it.
King of Form. I had
I
to throw
like
it in
it.
there, man. I had to throw it in there. They're running wild with this cross promotion with AEW and HBO's like properties. I love it. I'm very excited for this show. Me and Zach have constantly throwing around ideas to bring back another West Coast Pop
That's
reviews.
right.
And House of the Dragon's right around the corner. This one, though, Zach, is going to be a lot longer than the X-Men stuff. We're getting an hour in the first episode, an hour 15 the second episode.
Oh, I'm here for it. I think it's only 8 episodes, though. Am I mistaken on that? But it is going to be a little shorter. But the
Oh,
longer
it's a little
episodes, I'll
short, yeah.
take. It evens out then. If you figure 15 minutes a piece. It's basically 2 more episodes.
Yeah. There's a few shows coming up that's gonna be shorter but with longer episodes. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited for this. And I put this on here because just recently, my boy Matt Smith, talking about he was on I don't know if it was Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. He was on late night. He's talking about they asked him the question, not fair play. They asked him the
Hmm.
question, who would win, Daemon Targaryen or Jon Snow? And his answer was, oh, because he has a dragon, he'll win. He'll rip Jon Snow to shreds. And I disagree. Zach, 1-on-1. Battle to the death. Who's winning?
Hate to break your heart, but it's Damon without a dragon.
This guy can't fight. Not like
Sneaky. There's no
Michael
morals.
Jordan Snow.
There's no morals. You're playing against Dennis Rodman then. He doesn't care. He'll fall out.
You get 6 fouls. You better use them all.
He's gonna.
That's true. I think Jon Snow just has a little more finesse to his style, man. He's fighting White Walkers. This guy was struggling on a beach.
Constant struggles. My guy Targaryen over here is in power. He could get a spinoff even before Jon Snow's failed one even hits the ground running. I think it's Targaryen. Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know in the chat, man. Fantasy booking Jon Snow versus Daemon Targaryen. I don't know how they're related somehow. I don't know. I think it's like his 6th great grandfather or something, or uncle, great granduncle, something there. Something kind of weird.
Course.
But they're related somehow through blood somehow. But
Yeah,
I'm going Jon
again,
Snow. Zach picked Daemon Targaryen. Let us know in the chat who you guys got.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Swerve's looking forward to it. We're 10 days away. I think it's good. This is a great summer show, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Man, Swerve looks good on that throne.
That throne looks amazing. The World Championship there. I love the cross promotion here. Really good stuff here. And of course, Willow's still getting some shine here.
Do you have an AEW slide in here, or should we just talk about something right now?
Oh, let's talk about it right now. Yeah.
What did you think of MJF's comments towards everyone when he came back last night, especially Swerve and his mic skills?
So that's the thing. I mean, that's typical MJF. That's what he does. I was like back and forth with the promo. I thought he brought great energy. The crowd was into it. I don't love all the stuff he sells. When he brought Roosh out and he ran him down, I like that he like finally added into his promos that he'll build up his opponent as well. He started talking about his accolades, talking about his family. That was good. That's something he's rarely ever done before. And I think that actually helped out sell the person. Like last time I was at the forum, besides this past week, last year, that's when Takeshita was still face. He came out there, did the whole, kind of racist Japanese thing, didn't actually build him up. So it was kind of weird for audience, especially someone like when I brought my girl, she didn't know any of the characters. So it was just kind of weird. I like that he built up Roosh. Besides that, I'm 50-50 on the promo.
Yeah, wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know. You don't do the Rock thing like that. That was stupid. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's another thing. You got Triple H's jacket doing the Rock thing. Where's the MJF stuff?
Yeah, and pick an animal. Pick up. Is
Yeah.
it the wolf on the shirt? Is it the lion on the jacket? Which is it? So branding. That's all. Just branding.
Yeah.
I like the shirt. Though. I really like the shirt actually.
That shirt, see, that's trying, not just putting words in a shirt. That's trying, and I like that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just got the name real quick.
Okay.
The guy I was talking about from Heels, he was also in the Wonder Years, the remake to the Wonder Years. That's the one I think he was really good in.
All right. Noc. They're making another one. They're making a book, and then I guess they're making a movie.
Yeah, so the book's coming out, and they're already announced. I think they announced the book yesterday, and they announced that they're going to adapt that book that's not out yet into a movie. I didn't watch the first prequel that just came out. I didn't see that one. I still want to. This one, however, I'm very excited for.
Are you?
If you guys are like fans of the Hunger Games and you recognize what this is going to be, this is Haymitch's his year, the year he won, the one who trained Katniss Everdeen.
Oh, okay.
And if you guys remember from the actual movie, this is what got me excited. His year, the reason he's so broken and like just doesn't care anymore, that year had more tributes than usual. So we're about to get some shit going down. And I hope they do it right. So I'm actually kind of excited for this one. I didn't care too much about frickin' the other guy, the villain. I don't want to see his origin stories. But this guy right here, hey Mitch, this is gonna be some shit, man.
Yeah. Let me know if you can't hear me for a while. I think my earphones might die, but
I got you right now. So
okay. Yeah, I'm a fan. I like it.
Yeah.
So the guy that did the last movie, that's the one who they chose to write the X-Men movie.
Oh. Okay.
So let us know in the comments if you like that movie and if you think he can handle the X-Men. And kind of looking forward to it. I like the series. It's nice and simple.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of like the MCU, just real quick, because you're on that, Jordan Peele might be getting a property.
You know which one, Noc?
No idea.
X-Men.
That'd be pretty cool, bro.
So he met, I think it's either to write X-Men or it is going to be to write it and then direct it. So his vision is like carried out. And they might have had the other guy who did the Hunger Games thing just on like, sometimes they have people write multiple scripts and see if they like it.
Yeah.
So that might be what they did with him. But that's the meeting Jordan Peele had with the MCU. So
that'd be kind of cool, man.
Yeah. It's tough going against an animated series, no matter who does it.
Yeah.
But this was a great series.
Oh my gosh, I think this is what kicked off our West Coast Pop Reviews.
Yes.
Weekly. So obviously, me and Zach's one of our favorite games. How can I say this? I have a little quick rundown of what's going to happen. Some updates that came with the season 2. It's going to be 7 episodes long. I believe it was 8 the first season, or 9 maybe.
I think so.
So most likely they're going to break up The Last of Us 2 Part 2, the game, into 2 seasons. It's going to be season 2 and 3. And then they're hopeful for a season 4 with new material, which I'm guessing will be The Last of Us 3, whatever they adapt that to be. Okay. Let's see. But they also said, even though the season is shorter, one of the episodes will be close to feature length. It's a much bigger scope in season 2 than season 1. They're going to bring back some characters to expand on in season 2. And the bare minimum, all episodes should be at least an hour.
I'll take it. That's fine.
Yeah. Season 2 is huge. I didn't expect them to get all that into one. It would have really ruined the story to do that. There's a lot you have to sit on. And the way the video game Part 2 went, I think you can do something very cool to close out the season leading into another one. I think there's possibilities for a nice cliffhanger wherever they want to lead on. There's so many different, because the game, I felt like the Part 2 could have been 2 different games. It's that long. It's that massive of a story.
Shit.
There's so much going on. And then the way a game's going to go, you're going to want to, dive a little more into certain aspects of the game that they couldn't really get into with the game. So it makes sense. I don't think they will be dragging it out for 2. I think you'll have enough meat on the bone to get 2 proper seasons.
All right. I'm good. And I'm actually good with it just being like maybe 3 seasons long too. Cause you don't know Walking Dead it.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it. There's like so much I'm excited for I'm excited for how they're gonna go about this, and I have some ideas of what they're gonna do to switch it up. But
Okay.
this should be good, man.
All right. Update on the score, Noc.
Please, bro. Mavericks go on a run. They're a second half team. They've gone on some runs in the second half. Please tell me it gets better. Okay, so
46.
just start. So just start it.
Just
Down
started,
20.
43.
Down 20. Come on. Let's go Mavericks.
All right.
You're the LA Mavericks tonight.
All right. Next up, we're rocking with it. This is it. This is the hottest thing going today.
768,000 views. Highest it's been since the first episode. TNA plus NXT equals massive, massive ratings. I'm so excited for this partnership. However, I'm on the fence about WWE buying TNA. I don't know if I want to see that, but I like them working together. What do you think?
I don't want to see them buying it either. I think this is a good working relationship, and TNA is cutting a lot of the fat from Office people and other aspects of TNA. I think if they get their house right, they'll do well enough with exposure with WWE where they don't even need to sell. But it's just usually when people cut stuff like that and all these random office jobs, that's it.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that because I want TNA to be its own thing. I don't want them to I don't want to see the Miz running around with the TNA World Title. I'll be honest with you. And no disrespect to the Miz. I love the Miz. I'm saying I don't want to see a random person I want them to respect the lineage. You have a lot of guys that was in TNA. R-Truth, Xavier Woods, AJ Styles, obviously. Yep. There's a lot of cool things they could do. I just don't know if they would. I don't know if they respect the brand that much enough.
Yeah, already off the bat, I don't know if they're really doing any of the cool things. Like they're sending that other dude from the country tag team over there. That's what all the segments are.
That's what I mean. I don't want to see that. And again, no disrespect to the Miz when I said that. I don't want the random stuff like this. Keep it. Do you think there's any shot Jordynne Grace wins the belt?
No, because I think they already know who they want to take it off of Perez.
Yeah,
but that's going to be months down the line. The biggest name I heard that's going to do a crossover is Sol Ruca.
That's kind of cool. She'd fit the style perfect if they really want to do it. Which if WWE does buy TNA, the only bright side I think would be to have the Ultimate X match happen on a massive stage in WWE. Ooh. So if you want to put Sol Ruca in TNA, that Ultimate X match for the women would be right up her alley. She'd kill it in there.
I take that.
I would.
Let us know who you want to see in TNA and NXT. Do the crossover thing. It was great seeing her up here in the Royal Rumble, and it's going to be cool seeing her this weekend at Battleground.
Yeah. She really is the juggernaut.
I do love Booker T's partner. What's his name?
Vic Joseph. He's been killing it. He's a little underrated.
Yeah.
Right now.
He said that she's the real juggernaut and threw out Juggernaut's actual comic book name, so that's cool.
That's hilarious, man. He's been on it. There's a few other things he's been saying. I like his game.
Yeah. All right, this is it. NXT Battleground is this weekend. It is happening in Las Vegas from the UFC Apex, and it is rumored to have heavy UFC influence, including crossover stuff. Whether they cross over to NXT later on, don't know. But let's kick off our predictions right here with the women's match. Jordynne Grace vying for the NXT title from Roxanne Perez Noc.
I hope this main events, and I know it's unlikely. Roxanne was in TNA for a little bit, but I know it's unlikely. But I'm going with Jordynne Grace become a dual champion on a UFC venue at an NXT WWE event. Let her have all the gold. She truly is the juggernaut. Let her run wild with this belt for a little bit, then maybe drop it to somebody else. Have Roxanne get called up after this.
You know, the ratings are there. It could happen, especially going into the CW era in a couple months. That'd bring in a lot of eyes. I think Roxanne's going to win. That's my pick. But, man, wouldn't that just be it for WWE to kind of give a little jab to the Forbidden Door month to AEW by doing that?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, look at this. TNA had a relationship with AEW for a little bit. You know, Kenny was over there for a little bit. A few other guys got crossed over. And there was rumors that some people were a little snobby towards TNA. They didn't want to go over there. It's like, I don't want to go to TNA. Do you think this is a better relationship for TNA than with AEW?
We'll see what WWE gives them. That's the big kicker here. So that other guy from the Brooks and Dunn tag team, he hasn't been on TV in months. So
true.
Yeah. All right. This is it. The other part of the shocker from last week. All Ego, Ethan Page taking on Trick Williams.
I have a lot of respect for All Ego, man. He's been killing it. He's long overdue a proper run with a belt, a proper storyline TV time. You can go down the
Yeah.
list, but it's got to be Trick Williams. I think this is his first like major defense. This is Ethan Page's first match in the company, so
Right.
let's get the win to Trick Williams. Maybe something goes down to protect Ethan, but I'm not too sure how it goes. But Trick has to retain.
Yeah, I think we already saw it. What WWE put out via socials, what happened after it went off the air with Ora Mensa attacking him. I think that's your answer to what's going to happen
Oh
in this
yeah,
main
yeah.
event. Trick Williams all day. He's going to be carrying TNT into the CW. I'll put money on that.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have for this one? This one, correct me if I'm wrong, this is going to be a different kind of match. It's not just a regular match.
Yeah, I mean, you have two former MMA fighters. Lola's still undefeated. I think she was in Bellator. Shayna was in the UFC for a bit. You could do something special here. I'm looking at Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle in a cage in TNA when they were calling the whole match like it was shoot. There's a few other instances. You have the fight pit instances, but this one right here, I think, can top it all and be very special. They're going to be in a UFC octagon, official UFC octagon, an official UFC venue, and I think they can do something special. I'm gonna give the win to Shayna. I think Lola could use it, but Shayna, I think, needs it a little more. And I think as long as the match is good, Lola will be fine.
Okay. That's a good point. I'm going to say it's going to be Lola. I do believe they are building up more people into the CW era. So I'm going to give it to Lola and maybe even some kind of acknowledgement at the end or even another MMA person coming out, Sonya Deville, just to kind of maybe bring
That's
her
true.
to the fold.
She's been teasing around a bit there.
Yeah. I'm actually excited for this. This is one of the most, probably the most match I'm looking forward to because it's different.
Yeah, 'cause we don't know what's gonna happen, so.
Exactly. And of course, ladder matches are always fun as hell. So I'll start off with this one. To crown the new champion, the new mid-card title in NXT, this is much needed. I'm going to say Mishin gets this. She's just been so good. And I just feel there's nothing for her right now on the main roster, but Triple H wants to use her. But this is it. And I feel there's like 3 or 4 people in here who are just a little too new. And I don't think they've been putting Lash Legend in matches enough. Otherwise, she'd be my second pick to get it. But I think Mishin's taking this.
Yeah, you got so many options here. If Lash was to win, she's a great, storyline. She's a great group with her team. Could be her and Trick, both champions. Kalani Jordan is like an upcomer, really been killing it. Very athletic.
Yeah.
Fallon has been good too. She's been there for a little bit longer than I think most of the other girls. I think they're positioning Jada Parker to be that person. I think Mia Yim should win. I think she's long overdue a belt. She's my pick to win. But after you mentioned Sol Ruka being over to cross over to TNA, I can imagine Sol Ruka winning this belt and then go to TNA, defending there, maybe doing Ultimate X, like I said, getting some little other prestige on it outside of the company, coming back. There's a lot of options you could have with Sol Ruka. Mia Yim's obviously been in TNA, so she could do the same thing as well.
That's
but
true.
I gotta go with Mia Yim just because she's overdue. I think she's kicked it up a notch. She's in great shape.
Yep.
Let's see how it goes, man. Let her run with the belt and see what happens.
Let's do it. Multiple segments this week. Again, she's fantastic. Yeah. All right. Obafemi versus Wesley versus one of the Gallus people. Gallus is so forgettable to me. They're just there. They're just filling space. Yeah. They are tofu in a dish. They're just there for me. Obafemi's taking this one, and there's going to be some kind of a build with him and Wesley, in my opinion, after the match.
Yeah, the Gallus people, man. The only thing I heard about them in the last few months was that they helped train The Rock for his match, which is, credit to them. Great stuff. I just don't feel like I've seen them get built up enough on NXT. So when I look at this match, I feel like this is the first way we get Obafemi and Wesley to touch a little bit, have a good match together, and we protect Wesley by pinning the other guy. That's why I feel like he's here. Then we can build, like you said, to another match with them later on a bigger card. So I'm going with Obafemi to retain. But hopefully it's a good triple threat.
I hope so. I know the Gals boys can wrestle, but they're just very plain in my opinion. Noob, welcome. Let us know your thoughts, and everyone else, let us know if you're not watching live. Your Battleground predictions. Last match. Tag team match. A-Kid and his partner. I forgot his name.
Nathan Frazier.
Nathan Frazier. There it is.
Seth Rollins' trained prodigy.
Okay. Versus the Good Brothers. Who do you got, Noc?
I think the Good Brothers should lose. They've been. I call a spade a spade. They've been stealing money for quite a long time here. You know, nothing against them. Do what you got to do. I'm never going to count anyone's pockets. I'm never going to shame them for getting their money. But come on, man. I think it'd be cool from the win these belts because they would have got the TNA World Championship, the NJPW. They got both main roster belts. It'd be kind of cool for them to get this added to the collection as well, and it adds to their lineage. I don't think maybe they'll win on a rematch, but I think you have to go with Axiom and Nathan Frazier right now.
Yeah, I'd say that too. Give it to him on a rematch on an NXT show because NXT is pretty good at swapping decent titles on their shows. I say do that to the build to the breakup to the two, but I think the champs are retaining on this one.
Yeah,
that's it. Any other things going on for Battleground that you think, or you think it's just gonna be kind of a good showcase as we go into the CW pay-per-view?
Good showcase. Maybe just go ahead and tease Julia. Maybe have her be there. I know that's probably why Roxanne's going to win because we're getting ready for her versus Julia and they're trusting her with that, which is going to be great, by the way. So if she's healthy enough, I know she had that wrist surgery. Maybe have her there. I can't think of anybody else. I know they're trying to get, I think his name is Ethan Thorpe. I forget his name on New Japan, but Ethan Thorpe in here, trying to get him back into the fold, maybe see some of him. That's really it, honestly. There's a lot you could do. And if you really want to do some stuff, have some more TNA crossovers. Have someone else appear here from TNA besides Jordan Grace. That prohibited portal, if you will.
I agree. I don't want to call it that. And I like what you said there about Julie coming in because you'd have another company, Marigold, being represented on this big-ass Battleground event. So I think you'll see the bigger things happen in the next pay-per-view for NXT leading into the CW. But that's it.
Those Sexy Red is hosting. Maybe
that's
she gets
true.
Involved.
I can see that.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. And then also the last thing real quick, the venue, it's a small venue. The UFC, they don't use this for their main shows. They were using this primarily because the pandemic, they couldn't go anywhere else. So they were like, we'll just use our own venue. I think it only sits about maybe 700-800 people. So we'll see how much they put in here. But it's going to be I'm interested to see how they structured it as well. Because it's a small place.
Well, I think it'll be a good look then, especially if you use UFC production people who know what they're doing in that facility for Lola and Shayna, and that could be match of the night.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes, man. NXT Battleground this Sunday.
That's it. All right, next up on the docket, if you guys have anything you want to talk about, hit up the chats and let us know. Who killed WCW? Noc, in your opinion, without you didn't see the Vice series, I take it, correct?
I didn't.
All right, I just watched it today. I had some time. It's on YouTube for free on their channel if you want to watch it. Part 1 of 4 aired this week. In your opinion, who do you think killed WCW?
I'll tell you exactly who killed it. First of all, it was a team effort. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guilty people that could have stood trial. By a lot of people pointing the fingers. But how can I put this? So I'll put this in horror movies. Zach, what's your favorite horror movie?
I love the Elm Street movies. They're fun.
All right. So imagine I jumped in on Elm Street Part 2. I'd imagine it's still as good as 1. But, there's some changes.
Well, okay. I should pick another one, but go ahead.
All right, fine. It works then. So it wasn't as big as the first one. It wasn't as good, Yeah. But there were some promising things going into it. You were excited for it. This is me watching TNA Impact 2010 getting killed off by 2 men with bloody hands. I watched the sequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I watched the sequel.
That works.
Now, if I want to go back to watch the original, I already know what happens in the sequel. So I can point to, these guys in the background right there. That's them. That's the killers. Hulk Hogan and his running mate, Eric Bischoff, who likes to throw a lot of shots at TK. But listen, buddy, you killed 2 promising companies.
That's a good analogy. That is it. If you're a fan of Elm Streets, that's a very good analogy. Shit, you accidentally made probably the best analogy for this. You could have.
Crazy because those horror movies, you can avoid certain things. If you just go away, you can do certain things, and they're getting closer. They're getting closer. The best horror movie will see the Boston lose in this finals one more time, man. Let's go, Dallas. Come on.
Noc, if you've seen anything about the death of WCW, if you've seen the rise and fall of WCW or anything else, you've seen this. So there's nothing really new here. It is a little too inside baseball for anyone who isn't familiar with Vice's series on wrestling. There is some better. They could do some better storytelling. The only thing I'll give this, and we'll see. It just started out building to the NWO and stuff in this one, but we'll see if it's a little less biased than Who Killed WCW or the WWE version.
Yeah.
Because obviously that is biased, but Dwayne is doing this as well, and he's inserted himself into some of these snippets. But we'll see. Kevin Nash seems to be shooting from the hip. Bischoff seems to be admitting to a couple things, especially the Starrcade match against Sting and Hogan. So we'll see how this shakes out. 3 more episodes to go. We'll talk about every week. And if you saw it, let us know your thoughts on there. But again, if you've seen any iteration of this, you've seen this one. So that's basically my summary of it.
Okay. Yeah, let us know if you guys checking it out, man.
All right. Noc knows the pop culture. That's why we talk about it.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned this one.
Gaming Summerfest?
Yeah. So I think this is the one that Jeff Keighley's doing. He's been trying to do this every year since like E3 kind of died out. He's trying to restore the feeling. He's also, I don't know what he does like outside of this gaming stuff, but he's also the one who does the video game awards in December. Yes. So he's come out and pretty much said like don't expect GTA, don't expect like a lot of these other games that, you know, the big ones you want to expect. But he was saying like it's going to be mostly games that are going to be coming out relatively like in the next year or so. So you're not gonna be like, you know, you go to some of these showcases and they show a game that's like 4 years out, and it's like, well, you gotta wait. So
right.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think he knows his audience, and I think like we're just gonna get like, you know, some games that like, okay, it's cool to see. They'll be out in a few months. It's not gonna be nothing too crazy. Not gonna be like, you know, we know he's setting the expectations so we know what to expect. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens, Numico. I don't know if there's anything you're looking forward to. I did also hear some stuff about like Halo possibly coming to PS5. A new Gears might be on the way. So there are some stuff to get excited about. I gotta see.
Okay.
Yeah, I do miss that E3 feeling, man. Back in the day when E3 would come around this year, you get all these cool, and the way they presented it too, the way that like, you know, G4 would present it or IGN, it was always so cool.
It was. I think I told you before, but that is the only time I'd use my vacation for work. I'd take off of all of them. Yeah, I gotta miss that. I expected GTA 6 or Kingdom Hearts 4 this year.
Yeah, it's not coming.
Yeah. All right. The other thing here, what do you got going on here, Noc? Penta.
So there's been a lot of rumors here going on. Well, Penta's contract's coming up with AEW, and I think they said around in August this year. And apparently there's a lot of interest on the WWE side. I don't know if Penta will leave. I don't know if he should leave or if the grass is green on the other side. But I wanted to present it to you, the poppers, floppers, and rampagers. And also Zach, Hollywood Zach, main man Zach. What do you think, man? Is it time for him to jump ship and try his test his feet out in WWE?
As long as you don't throw him in the LWO, I'm okay with like, yeah, I'd love to see him do some stuff in WWE. It's just like I feel like there's already a ceiling set for him there.
That's my thing. I mean, we've been talking about like who's gonna be the next Rey Mysterio, who's gonna be that next like superhero luchador to pop up in WWE. And I just feel like it was so extraordinary for Rey Mysterio to do that because there was so much against him. Yeah. Like even with his world title runs being all these people like trying to cut him down. It doesn't seem like they even want to push someone to be that person. Like look at Dragon Lee. He's been there for quite a bit now. I felt like we barely see him on TV.
Yeah, he was just on this week, and before that, I can't remember when it was.
And that's the thing too, because like this past weekend, people talk about like TK seeing stuff online. Literally before he had his match, like that week before, there was a whole bunch of discourse on like, where's Dragon Lee? Why is he not on TV? All the type of stuff people talk about. Then finally that week he popped up, and now we'll see where he goes. And there's someone else said like, why do all the Hispanic wrestlers have to fight each other? And I think Andrade, like, and he commented on that. So I don't know. I'm not saying AEW is like the best at booking, especially like with the Lucha Bros, but I think they've been booked pretty well at least. It hasn't always been consistent, but I don't know how he works in WWE. I don't know what they would do.
The only thing I would do with him in WWE is I would try to find whoever you're going to build, if it's Dragon Lee or whomever, to be your next Rey Mysterio and be your big superhero with the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Make him the enemy of that person.
Perfect.
Not big feuds, but consistent feuds. He pops
Yeah.
up all the time to screw him over. Then
Yep.
you can get your series every couple of years. You get a big match between the two, and that's what you do. You have your Batman and Joker because he dresses like the
That'd be
Joker,
amazing.
but that's what you do. You get good production behind him. Yeah, he's got the great evil look. He's very menacing. He knows how to stand. He knows how to work a camera.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do in WWE.
That'd be amazing. I mean, you had your Edge and Cena. That worked really well.
Yeah, Cena's a good villain.
Oh man, but yeah, Penta. I think it'd be cool, man. I think the production over there would be really cool for it if they do the Penta Dark type of character that he had in Lucha Underground. That'd be pretty amazing. So there's some benefits, of course. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure, like initially, they'll probably give him a good push. I would imagine, just because he's an AEW guy coming over, and they want to, stick it to AEW.
Yep, exactly. That's why I'm not super hardcore about Wardlow going over there because I feel like Wardlow could push for a little bit and they'll realize, wait a minute, we have homegrown Braun Breaker instead.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta get in when you fit in. That's why it's good to have options because there's a lot of guys we wouldn't be seeing right now if we didn't have these options.
100%.
Whatever Penta does do, we'll see what happens. I'm sure, like, I don't know, maybe I feel like he'd want to go when his brother's contract expires as well. I feel like he wouldn't want to leave without his brother, but I don't know them, so I don't know.
Let us know your thoughts. I'm interested in where he goes because I really like him. 64.75.
Getting closer, bro. We're getting closer, baby. Come on, Mavericks.
And Noob's looking forward to Sonic X Shadows Generations as well as Black Ops 6. I never got into the Black Ops games.
Nubico, I forget. Let me know, what console do you have? Because I know Black Ops is going straight to Game Pass day one. So if you have that on Xbox, like, you don't have to pay for it.
All right, next up. Guess what I watch, Noc?
MLW, the new era of MLW.
New era, sure. This is free on YouTube. You can go watch it right now. It's just under 2.5 hours. It wasn't that great. I just have to admit, we're talking about places other people can go. The production was very weird here. It was sold out. This thing's sold out, but they dimmed the lights like how WCW used to and how AEW and WWE do sometimes in the back, so you can't tell. They did that, which was very weird. The ropes, they were loose. They looked loose, and they had like it was just very weird. So you've ran ropes before.
Yeah.
Tight ropes or loose ropes?
Oh, it has to be tight. You don't want it to be loose.
That's insane. You got all these people. You got 4 big matches, and you have 40 people coming in for one match, and it was just loose the whole show. It just seemed very Bush League. I do like MLW. I think they do have good production people, and I do think they bring in good talent. This just didn't work for me. I couldn't even just sit and relax and enjoy Battle Riot. Everyone comes in 60 seconds in, pinfall submission, or there's another one, and then it's no disqualification, so you can use weapons.
Okay.
So that's it. The only thing I'd really say that I enjoyed on this thing was Alex Kane versus AJ Francis. It was to kind of show ownership of the Bumaye Club. If you want a good faction outside of AEW and WWE, Bumaye is probably my top 5 favorite factions in wrestling right now. It's just done so well. It's I'd say more updated version of the Nation of Domination, less militant, and I feel like this faction's done so well that they don't know how to do the Pride on SmackDown because it might be copying them. It's good. I like it.
That's cool, man. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about like Alex Kane and all of them. The only thing I've seen from this show, I didn't get to watch, but I seen like Mark Henry came out to support. I see Teddy Long was there. He was dozing off on stage. I see that.
Yep.
That's not a good look. But the other cool thing I saw, Minoru Suzuki looks like he's going to be there for quite a bit of time, and he's going to be part of Contra now.
Yeah, that I didn't really care for because Contra I didn't care for it just as like I think it was Simon Gotch joined Contra. When they announced this person's Contra, like, no, this person's here for a couple months or a few weeks, and they're part of it. Contra is like Mads Kruger. It's like this militant group, and it's almost like, I don't know. It didn't really work for me. So
nice, Numiko. PS5 is the way to go.
You know it. Are you playing Helldivers 2? I've really still got to get into that. How many weeks have been saying that on the show?
That is true.
Contra still there. Yeah, they keep trying to build them back up. They just need solid members who can do it. That's my issue with them.
Yeah.
There's one other thing I was going to point out. Paul Hauser, a guy there, was doing really good stuff backstage and sold a lot during the match. So I got to give it to him. That was really cool.
Okay.
And then otherwise, even the surprises weren't big surprises. Alberto's ring announcer, he was one of the big surprises. So
I
there
heard
you
he
go.
was killing it there. Actually, I did see that clip.
He was okay, but
Yeah.
like he's not too many of these people were in the best of shape anymore. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But that's it. That's Battle Right. Let me know if you watched it. Let me know what you thought of it. Matt Riddle won, obviously, so he's gonna.
Yeah. I think they're about to crown him. Get a little bit of shine there.
Yeah, it's him, Sami Callihan, Davey Boy, and some other person in the final four. But
so Sammy's been bouncing back and forth because he's in TNA also, right?
Yeah, this was definitely a guest appearance. I think he just actually sign in TNA.
I thought he did. I thought he was back over there. Okay.
Mr. All Power, hope you're doing all right. All right, next up. Noc, did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet. I know that when the first 2 episodes came out, we actually had a friend that went to the premiere. I haven't been hearing the best things, honestly. I haven't been hearing the best things. I hope it's good. Well, I'm still going to check it out. I take it you see it.
I watched the first 2 episodes because I just needed something to watch. This is the first Star Wars thing I've watched since Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know. I don't know where the $170 million budget is. I'll say that. The show looks cheap. I don't know if it's the filming style or if sometimes it's if things are just too high def. You can see it doesn't look like a film quality. I think some of the acting is pretty bad. I don't feel the lead nails anything. The green character is on Jar Jar Binks level annoying.
No.
But she's not supposed to be. That's the thing that's really annoying about it. And then what's her name? From Logan, Keane.
Daphne, maybe?
Daphne Keane.
Yeah.
Great in this. She's really good in this. Just the makeup. The makeup looks cool there. But if you watch it on the show, it just looks like someone did makeup.
Okay.
It looks cool, but it doesn't look like a character from Star Wars. It just looks like someone did makeup. You can see better makeup on that sci-fi show where they do the makeup and stuff. I'll stick with it. I don't think it's terrible, and I don't think it's great. I am very in the middle with this. I just think it's something that's there. So if you watch it, let me know what you think of it. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but it's there.
Okay.
That's my review.
For me, I'm still not fully sure all the timelines of Star Wars. There's like so much that goes on. We're getting so much more Star Wars content nowadays.
Yeah.
But I did hear this is like, I don't know if he's gonna be in it, but Yoda, this is like the time where he was like the head of the Jedi Order, like he was like in his prime pretty much.
Okay. 100 years before episode 1.
Yeah, they said he was like what, like 777 or whatever the crazy age he was, but he was still around because they live long. But he's supposed to be the main guy here, so that'd be kind of cool to see if they do bring him out. Going from Boba Fett to this, I don't know what you're doing, man. I would recommend Ahsoka before this.
Dude, Boba Fett threw me off so bad I didn't want to touch Star Wars anymore. It's just I needed something to watch after I get done doing stuff at night here in LA. So
that is pain, man. Real quick, let us know what you guys thought about the Acolyte. I'll probably start it this weekend. I'll probably check it out, at least one episode.
It's quick, 35 minutes. So
that's not bad at all. Real quick though.
Yeah.
The main girl, where is she from? I know it was something I watched recently. I know I've seen it before. I'm blanking.
The Hate You Give? Is she from The Hate You Give?
Possibly. I didn't. That's not what I'm thinking of though. Was she in like Uncharted or The Last of Us? Was she one of these video game properties?
I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up. Oh, speaking of looking things up, while you're doing it, there you go. 66-86.
Damn, back to 20. We gotta cut it. We gotta cut it to 10 before the fourth quarter. We cut it 10 before the fourth quarter. We'll be in good shape. But Boston is home. It's just game 1. They're the loaded team. Let's go Mavericks, man. Let's figure it out. What else is going on here? And then they have another. So I'm blanking on her name again, and I know she's been in a lot of stuff. The one she fought in the trailer. She was
Carrie Ann Moss?
Yes.
From the Matrix.
How is she in here?
I can't say anything else about this show without giving away spoilers.
Okay.
But the spoilers aren't spoilers to me because they're unbelievably predictable. That's another reason why I'm like, this show's kind of mid. So don't believe anything that is on the reviews. When there's something say like groundbreaking and amazing or brave, was one of them. And then there's people who are obviously just shitting on this because there's a female lead or whatever the fucking reason is for it. Don't believe either side. Just watch it and comment. It's 35 minutes. If you don't like episode 1, you probably won't like episode 2, but just watch them both if you can and leave a comment. I'd love to know people's thoughts on this. I'm in between the hate and the love for this.
Yeah. I'll definitely check it out because I mean, I just watched the prequel, the Star Wars prequel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of back on my Star Wars kick, so I'll give it a shot.
Oh, you know what she was in?
Is that where she's from? Wow. I knew it was something like that. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Look how that comes full circle.
That's hilarious, actually.
And she was in Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Oh, okay.
She was Margot. Oh, let me see. Margot, someone in Spider-Verse.
That's pretty cool, man. Shout out to Rue coming back. I knew her face looked familiar.
Yeah.
So speaking that, we did not plan that, by the way.
No, we did not. Noob says you've heard a clip over the weekend. This is Billy Corgan say that Natalia Markova is the best wrestler in the world. Noc, I'll let you take this. Agree or disagree?
I have to see some more. I would love to see her again outside of the NWA banner, outside of that umbrella, and see what more she can do. Even if it's just like a guest appearance somewhere else. I think that'd be kind of cool. But hey, I mean, that's his star. So I don't blame him for saying it.
All right. Do you believe that Mercedes is the best women's wrestler in the world?
I think Mercedes is the best of all time.
Okay.
So we all got our opinions.
Yeah, that's fine.
If I was to do a quick top 5, what I think of like all time, I gotta go Mercedes Moné. I gotta go Madame Toyota. Gail Kim is on there. Probably Awesome Kong for number 4. No particular order. 5. It's just so many. There's so many different people. It could be anybody. I can see Mickie James in there. I can see a lot of different people. But there's a ton. There's a ton of very talented wrestlers.
You hit some good ones. Oliver, when you're in Hollywood, you should know about all things. Not just guns, Oliver. You need to know how to hide the flaws. What mascara? I don't know. Fucking L'Oreal, Milk. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, we're not going that deep in there.
What's best for high def?
Oh man.
That's all there are for slides, Noc. That's it.
That is. I mean, we're gonna close the show out right, but I don't know if there's any things you guys want to talk about. Any movies, pop culture stuff, you guys, video games, of course. Have you seen any movies lately?
Well, I was supposed to see one on Friday.
I didn't mean to bring up that. Damn.
God damn.
Stupid.
America Cinematheque in Hollywood. It's a fucking scam, but they make you think it's not because you give to charity. It's donations to whatever. It's not charity. But yeah, got screwed out of seeing Long Legs. So they gave away tickets, and no one who got tickets got to go. So that's pretty shitty. I haven't otherwise, though. I've just been trying to catch up on some TV.
Yeah. I still need to catch up on a lot of shows. My Hero Academia, I've been wanting to watch that anime again. I'm behind a few seasons. And we had a tier list. Me and Eric did a tier list with a special guest. So check that one out. My Hero Academia. Best students. What else I've been trying to watch? Sherlock is on Disney Plus. I'm going to rewatch that very soon. But yeah, let us know what you guys have been watching, what you guys have been playing. But Zach, it's time for that pop 5. Shout out to everybody. Let us know whether you watch. Hey, Nubico, if you like Natalia Markova, send in her videos of her best move of the week, and we'll put on the pop 5 for next week. So whether it's NWA, MLW, TNA, WWE, NXT, New Japan, doesn't matter. Indies, send in the clip, whether it's our Twitter, Instagram, or our West Coast POPCast email, and I'll put it in a pop 5 for next week. But the pop 5 for this week, Zach, time to kick it off right. Hit my music. Hey, first one up, we go to AEW last night, where Saraya puts Mayday. Tony Storm's protege tapping out to one of the most vicious submission moves in history as AEW goes off. Saraya gets her win. First win in a bit. Number 4. We're diving back into NXT TNA for the Juggernaut. Not Professor X's brother, but the TNA Women's Knockouts champion, Jordan Grace, getting her victory. Unprecedented victory as champion in NXT. What a Number 3 back at NXT, Javon Evans getting super air for a super bigboard RKO. Number 2, let's take it back to AEW where Will Ospreay and Kyle O'Reilly went all out. What a sequence. Os Cutter into the stump, the freaking axe kick, pop up, kip up. Oh my goodness. This is axe. Number 1, of course, that man, Braun Breaker, they're about to hand this dude the keys as he spears the guts out of Ricochet. What a move, what a finish. Pop 5 this week was insane, Zach.
Fantastic choices, all of them. Those are really good. I got a complaint about that Saraya one. Shame on the ref for not knowing where the camera was, because that was an awesome shot of both women selling that move. I loved it. And then the cameraman was just, or like the ref just got right in front of that shot. I'm like, that right there is a thumbnail for your match of the night on Dynamite.
It was really well done there, man. It's good to see Saraya still getting some matches. I think the story they're telling with Mariah May is very well done. It doesn't even matter that she lost right there. Real quick, is that you, Zach?
No.
Okay.
Is that you?
No.
Oh shit. We're getting hacked.
It did say a certain address. I don't know if it's going to be the CEO trying to get in, but I need clarification before I approve anything. But yeah, just a little thing on the side. We'll get that situated out. But that's Pop 5 for this week. Like every week, we're going to keep bringing back these highlights. Anything wrestling from any company, send them in, and we'll put them out there. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. It was. Could it be? If the Wi-Fi gets it right. If the Wi-Fi from
the
down
dial-up.
Not Australia, but Florida. Basically Jurassic Park out there. Can he get here? Can it work?
It come in? That's a great profile pic.
What a profile.
First of all, let's get something clear here. First of all, Noc, the reason I'm using your profile pic is because it takes 2 of you to equal 1 of me. Yeah. Second of all, I don't use the dial-up. All right, I don't use the beep beep. No, I use that hi-fi Wi-Fi. You dig? Third of all, I had to show up today because first of all, I felt it in my bones. I felt it. It's like a spider sense tingling. Somewhere, some way, some jabroni was talking about TNA wrestling, and I had to shut that down.
Listen, it's not TNA anymore. It's NXT. Look at this shirt. We had the best ratings in NXT history with just one of our people. Imagine if we brought the whole force.
You brought the whole force. You have to call the whole police force for your ass.
Man. Shout out to CEO, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. You know, I just wanted to drop in. I'm not staying long. I just wanted to drop in, say hello to everyone watching. Noob & Co, Mr. All Power. You know, I only show up. I don't show up for randoms. I only show up for only fans.
Since we have you real quick for this short amount of time that we can pay for, do you have a prediction for the NBA Finals? Right now, the Mavericks are down, but we're hoping they come back.
Oh, yeah, they ain't coming back. They are not coming back, my boy.
Man, we don't need that negativity.
Listen, Noc, I'm just saying, man. You didn't want to be a Nuggets fan. That's fine. You got to get on the Celtics bandwagon. You got to start seeing that green. You don't become the CEO without the green. Oh man, Noc, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. We're doing it for Big Bill. ARIP.
We'll see how.
Man.
But good to see have the CEO on here.
That's right. Thank you for the flops. Thank you for the wetness. You kept it alive. I thank you. And before I go, I just want to say Zach and Noc are doing a great job. Keep it up. and keep on sending me those paychecks. This is a part-time schedule, but I want that full-time money.
We actually were going to ask you to send a check in for Zach's new headphones. We need you to dip in that budget.
I don't know, maybe Zach, give me some of them personal training tips, because I mean the man's got a whole tank for arms. Have you seen those biceps?
That's so I can hold up my collection plates, sir. Please, please.
All right, I'll let you guys get back to the show. Everyone out there, keep on flopping.
I'm glad it was you, man, because we thought we was getting hacked. So good thing to see you,
we thought it was Matt's wrestling buddy.
I was trying to surprise you, but yeah, Google wants to snitch.
Oh, man.
All right, y'all stay good.
We'll catch you,
All
man.
right, stay wet, buddy.